Hello, welcome to Anita the Pedagogue channel. Today, we continue with our discussion of Purple Hibiscus. Today's focus is on the themes. Let's get right into it. Let's begin with the theme corruption and political instability. The novel shows how corruption leads to a weak and unstable government. Kambili and her mother have to pay large bribes to lawyers, judges, police, and even a doctor to help Jaja during his time in prison. They also pay a prison guard so they can bring Jaja food and spend time with him, something other inmates don't get. Kambili remembers her father once saying that some government officials hide lots of stolen money in foreign banks, money that should have been used for things like roads and teachers' pay. The journalist named Adichie is even killed by a bomb for revealing the government's wrongdoings in a newspaper. The military also controls the university system by not letting staff choose their own leader, which sparked protests. All of this creates a culture of fear and silence where only a few, like the Standard newspaper, dare to speak about. Let's move on to the theme family and abuse. The theme of family is central to Purple Hibiscus, underlined by the toxic relationships within the Adichie household. Eugene's violent outbursts reflect the destructive nature of power within the family. Kambili's observation that everything came tumbling down signifies the crumbling concealment of their seemingly perfect life. The abuse that Kambili and Jaja endure, like Eugene's declaration, "Everything I do for you, I do for your good," reveals a love tangled with control and pain. Mama Beatrice suffers prolonged physical and emotional abuse, which she endures in silence until it breaks her, leading her to poison Papa. Her quiet suffering adds another layer to the theme, showing how family love can mask fear and trauma, and how silence can become both a survival strategy and a slow collapse. We move on to the theme religion. Religion plays a vital role in shaping the characters and their actions. Eugene is depicted as a devout Catholic who uses his faith to justify his abusive behavior. The difference between his public persona and private actions raises questions about the authenticity of his beliefs. Kambili's struggle with her faith is evident when she grapples with the contradictions posed by her father's extremism. She states, "Perhaps it was what we wanted to happen, Jaja and I, without being aware of it," signaling her subconscious desire for change and freedom from Papa's tyranny. The novel also explores religious conflicts between traditional Igbo beliefs and Christianity. Father Amadi, a culturally conscious African priest, blends Catholicism with Igbo traditions, offering a more relatable faith than the rigid doctrine of Father Benedict, who refuses to allow the indigents to sing local Igbo songs during Mass. Let's move on to our last theme, which is freedom and identity. Kambili's journey towards self-discovery and independence is pivotal throughout the novel. Her stay with Auntie Ifoma represents a turning point where she is exposed to a more liberal and loving environment. Ifoma's home is filled with laughter and debate, contrasting sharply with the silence and fear in Kambili's own home. The metaphor of purple hibiscus, which symbolizes beauty and resilience, sums up Kambili's quest for identity and liberation. At the end of the novel, the Adichie family experiences freedom as they see greener pastures out of Nigeria. Now this brings us to the end of our discussion. Do like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Until I come your way again, keep learning and be the best version of yourself.